Howdy, folks. How are you? How's the sound? How's the lighting? What have you been up to today? Whoa, that's... Chat box is huge. Again, why? Why does it do this to me? It's like it just decides at random, okay, I'm gonna be this size today. Right, let's turn that down. That is freaking huge. Okay, let's try that again. Hopefully that's not gonna be as intense. Evan says, happy holidays, everyone. Happy Hanukkah and happy Kwanzaa. Yeah. The lighting's grainy. The problem is that if I turn the light up even more... Oh, actually, that's alright. That should be okay. That's the best I could do, I'm afraid. Because you've got to remember that I have a ring light. That's my new light source. And if it's too bright, then my face just becomes, as you can see, like a ghost. So I've got to find a middleman. Or one day, hopefully, afford some decent lighting for my streams. So Soda says, hello everyone, don't know how long I'll be able to be on here. I've had a very rough night. Very sorry about that, Soda. Very sorry. Stay as long as you want. It's entirely up to you how long you stay. Hello, Cameron. Hello, Computer Gang. Soda says, first I broke my TV controller, LE12. I was putting some stuff away as my bed lid fell on top of me, and I managed to get it somewhat working. Just got to play the waiting game for the new remote to arrive. Oh, that's so frustrating. So annoying when something you've broken can be replaced, but you have to wait for it to be replaced. I totally resonate with that frustration. As Evan, so Jambareeqi, what are you currently working on? The Puppet Panic review of Muppets Wizard of Oz. It was a review I wanted to do last month, but like the Enchanted podcast just took over my entire schedule, and Playground took over my schedule, so a lot of delayed stuff at the moment that I'm trying to catch up on. A lot of like October and November stuff to work on before I start doing my Christmas content. Leo, hi Jam, looks and sounds good. Computer Guy, sound good, lighting not so much. Alright, okay. Isn't streaming in high def resolution? I know nothing about technical side of things. I leave it up to Karan, my engineer, to like set these things up. Soda, any higher and I'd say you'd be the ghost of Christmas past. I'm already very pale. British white guy. Cameron, oh, this should be a fun list. You say that. But this is probably like one of the hardest top 5s I've ever put together. I kind of regret not calling it a top 10. Because there's so many good Christmas songs out there. So many amazing Christmas songs. And I spent way too long trying to narrow it down to 5. I really did. I was like, if I take this out, but then I don't want to take that out. So it's very frustrating. And just a heads up that I'm not on my A game. I'm not 100%. Because I've got a bit of a throat ache. And my sleeping pattern's gone back to being weird again. I end up going to sleep for around about 3 AM, then wake up at 12 in the middle of the day. So yeah, my sleeping pattern's all weird again. It's not as bad as it was before, but that's still not a good sleeping pattern to have. Evan, so what are the rules for what counts for this countdown? There just have to be a Christmas song that was released. That's it. Just has to be doesn't matter what genre it is, as long as it's a Christmas song that was released. I'm not including carols. It's not a carols countdown. It's just like pop songs, rock songs, that kind of stuff. Kirst, I can see why this would be a hard list. Thank you. Leo, yeah, don't envy you, because it would have been easier to name your top favourites rather than do a more objective list. That's what I mean. These are my top favourites. These are my favourite Christmas songs. That's what I was trying to narrow it down to. it was still really hard. It was still super hard to kind of work out, okay, what do I want from a Christmas song? What do I enjoy hearing from a Christmas song? I will give a heads up that all my choices are British, because I'm British and I grew up with British Christmas songs, but that doesn't mean that you've not heard of any of them. There's going to be a bunch you've heard. There might be one or two where it's like, what? But over here in the UK, they're big songs. They're very big songs that we listen to every Christmas. So yeah, I think only one song comes close to being American, only because like the guest singer was American. But Evan, if I give you advice on sleeping, I'd say try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day. I can't force myself to like. Yeah, I can't control my sleeping pattern. Honestly, can't. There's no way of doing it. I've tried every single thing this year to like control my sleeping pattern. I just can't. My body just doesn't cooperate. Yeah. We'll start the countdown very, very soon. Very soon. But yes, it was really tricky to pick all these. I can't. I remember like narrowing it down to like 7 and being like, what? Which 2 do I take out? This just becomes a failure of a countdown if I take those 2 songs out. Because there is a 2. It's really hard to find bad Christmas songs as well. Really, really, really hard. And there's even some bad Christmas songs that I genuinely, sincerely, unironically love as well. But like even British Christmas songs, sometimes when it's a bad British Christmas song, it's bad. And if you don't believe it, listen to A Cheeky Christmas. Listen to A Cheeky Christmas. Cameron, I got myself a Crash Christmas jumper that says all I want for Christmas is you. I love it, I love it. Evan, trust me, I just learned about sleep health in college psychology class. I'm sure that you did. Great. But like, there's only so much I can really do. Leo, yeah, plus some work you just need to power through and finish before the day is done. Yeah. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah. I've been trying my best to like power through a lot of stuff while I'm still planning this stream. And Monday streams are always the trickiest and the busiest ones to plan, because they're like top 5s or reviews or something. Agreed, Lister. Yeah, there's a lot of complicated things when it comes to like sleeping. It's not just a simple kind of process. There's a lot of things to take into account. You got to remember, I live in a pub attic on a very uncomfortable bed with spikes on, and the pub attic has very thin walls, and yeah. And I have a lot of work to do during the day, and yeah, it's all very, very complicated. Soda, I'd like to remind you all, Mr. Blobby was Christmas #1. Yeah, but do we really want to spring Mr. Blobby onto American viewers right now? Especially anyone that's going through Christmas blues. They don't want to know that Mr. Blobby exists. Evan, don't want to alarm you, but I just learned that the more stressful your early life is, the more likely you are to develop stress cancer later on. I understand completely, but like, there's nothing. I'm poor. I can't really magically make my stress go away. It's not that simple. It's really not that simple. There's a lot of things that like you can't boil it down to, hey, just do this. Yeah, Listy says everything causes cancer these days. Maybe it's nice to have the choice of which one you get. Kind of a good point, yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of confused what stress cancer is. I've never heard of that. Okay, yeah, I will definitely get the countdown going very, very soon. Let people have a little chat first. Yeah, trying to think what else stops me from really even sleeping, but I really can't explain. I've always had very bad sleep because I suffer from anxiety, and again, I live in a pub attic. It can't be fixed that easily. Sadly, unfortunately, maybe one day life will change, but big guy, I wish I could help you more, mate. You're one of my patrons. It's appreciated enough. Evan, maybe looking at screens too much is a factor. Maybe, but again, there's no way around that. This is my living. I have to sit here and I have to look at a screen all day, or work doesn't get done. And like, better paying jobs don't grow on trees, and magically becoming a bigger YouTuber doesn't happen. So yeah, it's very complicated. I respect, Evan, I respect that you've learnt a lot from college and stuff like that, but you've got to remember that there's so much more to take into account when it comes to this kind of thing. And no offense, but you're not in a position, you're not qualified to like analyze me. But yeah, let's start the countdown. Start the countdown. Right, so, for once that I've not really got a script on board. I like to have a script for my live countdowns because, like, I can often struggle what to say. I can often struggle really what to say. But with this one, I didn't know what to write down after I listened to each song, so I'm going to be winging it most of the time. I'm relying on chat to kind of, like, add in some more interesting info or something like that. But yeah, so, my number five. Oh, by the way, I won't be showing clips. I will not be showing any kind of clips because I don't want a DMCA strike. So you're only going to see words on screen, I'm afraid. But I do encourage you to check out these songs after the stream, especially if you've never heard them before. So my number 5 is Peace on Earth / Little Drummer Boy. This is such a great song. It's only since I started doing this top 5 that I've started to really appreciate how good this song is, because like I've heard it many, many times. Big part of my Christmas childhood, but like I didn't stop and listen and go like, wow, this is brilliant. There's a charm to this simplicity of the song, because all it is like 2 different singers, both associated with Christmas in some way, from different generations, doing a cover of 2 different songs at the same time, and that's it. That's what the song is. There's no bells and whistles. It's just this really lovely song with 2 very talented singers with amazing voices just bouncing off each other. And I also like that at the beginning of the song there's almost like a story, because like it's about David coming to like wait, they're both called David, aren't they? No, Bing. David's coming to Bing's house, and they just start chatting. They just start chatting about Christmas traditions, their opinions on music and that kind of thing. It doesn't drag on either. It's just a nice little moment. And it's just their way of setting up that they're going to sing together. And it just feels so homely. Because, like, it is set in a home. And, like, there's no theatrical... There's nothing theatrical about it. There's nothing, like, over the top about it. There's no spectacle. It's just these two gentlemen singing together at Christmas. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Big guy, am I allowed to post links to the songs in chat if I find them? Yeah, go for it. That would be appreciated. Yeah. Leo says, God, the music video to this is so damn cozy. It is. Yeah. Evan, so were David Bowie and Bing Crosby the original writers of the song? They weren't, but this is still a song. Listy, it's a good song, but oh my god, the recording of it's so awkward. I've never seen 2 men look more like a pair of cats that want to pull from the fence office. I didn't feel that. I felt there was a sense of chemistry between them. I get that, like, they're different generations, and maybe, like, they might have struggled to kind of connect in some way, but, like, maybe it's because they're both good actors. Like, I kind of felt something between them. I really like it. Here we go. Watching the clip, and it's like you're commenting as it goes. It's awesome. Aww. Okay, so I think Computer Guys just linked the song just there in chat. Listing, no, apparently they were really uncomfortable meeting. I never got that impression. That's interesting. I never got to me it looked like like a son and his dad. Like, that's what it reminded me of. It's like a son and his dad, like, meeting up. Evan, imagine Jareth the Goblin King singing this song to his goblins. But I don't think it would fit Labyrinth, if I'm honest. Yeah, I can't imagine them being awkward. I'm gonna have to rewatch the video, but like. Putting that aside, I feel like their voices really complement each other, because like Bing's got a bit of a deeper voice and David goes a bit higher, and like I like how both songs don't clash. They really meld together really well. Really nice. Really, really nice. But I want to know if you've heard the song. Have you? What do you think of it? What are your thoughts on it? And if you've never heard the song, are you now interested in hearing it after me explaining it? And I'm kind of at the same time I'm kind of curious, like which of the songs I've picked have actually become things in the US, because I don't know. I don't know which songs got exported. But yeah, this is a song that's always been on for like British TV. When they have like their Christmas, the music channels, like the music video channels in British TV at Christmas, they always have this song playing at some point. So this is I don't think I have. Computer Guy, I already know Little Drummer Boy before, yes. But have you heard this version? Listy, it is a good duet. I don't know music from a technical standpoint, but they seem to mesh well. I love it. I love hearing like bingo, bum da da bum, whatever go. I can't do it. I can't quote him. He's doing like a bum da bum bum, and then you got David going peace on earth. Like those two together, it just works. I can't explain why. I need Karan here to kind of explain the musical technical side, but it's just great. Here we go. I think it's one of the first songs I learned to play at the flute. When I started learning in the 90s, and no, I never heard this version. Interesting. Leo, that is surprising to hear. Then again, when you think of those two, it would be like Leonard Cohen meeting Lil Nas X. Actually, never mind, that would be amazing. Yeah, true, yeah. It was, at the time, I can imagine being like, for audiences at the time, being like, wow, like it's my dad's or granddad's favorite singer clapping with my favorite singer. And I think that's why it entered my top 5, is because it has this family feel to it. It's bringing these generations together, and that's what Christmas is often about. It's about bringing all these different generations together to celebrate Christmas. And like, yeah, I feel like this one really embodies it. It's literally two different generations hanging out and chatting, apparently not feeling comfortable around each other. I want to read this now. I want to read into like how awkward they felt together. Recorder, right. Computer Guy, I always forget that flute in English means the one that's one in its side. I'm not good at remembering them. I remember learning recorder at school though. I didn't enjoy it. I just did it because my parents nagged me to like do something after school. But yeah, does anyone have anything else you want to say about this song before we move on to the next one? This is your chance. This is your opportunity. Peace on earth. I can't sing any of the song because then I'll get a strike. I'll get a strike. Because yes, the algorithm can sometimes like recognize even if it's just like someone else singing it. Power up a bum bum. Yeah. Oh damn it! I did it again. do not sing the songs. Yeah, I really love this song, really do. And again, it's like, these are two Christmas icons. You've got the Star of White Christmas and the Star of Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence, together. Brilliant. And that's another thing, I really encourage people to check out Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. It's so good. It's dark as hell, but like, it's a really damn good movie, and it's probably David Bowie's best performance. Can we go, seriously, is gotten this bad with copyright music? Yeah, apparently. I've heard some people having their video striked just because somebody like hummed a part of a song or something. Leo, also strange how the set looks like Bing literally lives in a castle. I like that though, I like it. It does help that like, it's almost like Bing has come to the UK, which is full of castles. Let's see, wait, isn't a public song, that's why so many artists cover it. Public domain, it is technically public domain, but there might be... Copyright is really complicated and really frustrating, because like, you might, on the surface you might be like, oh, it makes sense that would be in the public domain, but is it in the public domain in my country? Is this version in public domain? It's a headache to work out those kinds of things. It really is. But Soda says, yes it has. I want to blow today video, and literally as soon as I've pressed published, it was immediately blocked worldwide. Yeah. Even when you like speed up or slow down some songs, it still gets tracked. The robot's getting smarter. But if you hum it, maybe alright. No, again, I've heard people that have hummed songs for videos and they got striked. Yeah, it's really... Evan, the easiest rule to remember is that anything published in the US before 1923 is the public domain. Again, more complicated than that, way more complicated than that. On the surface, it's that is kind of like a basic rule of working it out, but you have to really dive in to it, because you've got to remember territories, you've got to remember different versions of things. It's really complicated. Really, yeah. It's because like, I say this because whenever I've like worked on a DVD project where I have to review something that isn't copyrighted, I've had to spend ages and ages looking through archives and libraries and laws and legals, and like you'll get to a point where it's like, actually no, that's technically copyrighted. So it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Apparently something's gone wrong with the audio. Listing, man, eventually we're not even going to be able to quote stuff in videos. No, I've not shut off the mic. Isn't it? Can everyone else hear me? Yeah, my microphone's literally like got the thing going up and down. Yeah, everyone else can hear. Everyone else can hear. Okay, I think we've done with this. We've done this one. We've just ended up going in a whole rant about copyright. Okay, next. So, my number 4, another British classic. Another British classic. This is Christmas Time, Don't Let the Bells End by The Darkness. This is, okay, I'm a massive metalhead, I'm a massive rock fan, and like, I do listen to a lot of like Christmassy kinds of like metal songs, but to be honest, this is the best one. I think it's because out of every kind of like rock song that tries to implement Christmas, this is the one that feels the most Christmassy, somehow. I think it's mainly because like, the whole thing is just so joyful and so cheerful, even though it's like a classic rock sounding song, like the whole song, it's mainly about just Christmas and how fun it is, and like how you don't want it to end. It's not that complicated. Even when the singer was asked, "Hey, but what's the deeper meaning behind this song?" He was just like, "I got a bell end in a song." Literally, that's what he said. But yeah, this is another British classic. And like another huge reason why it's brilliant is just Justin Hawkins' amazing singing voice. Like, many have considered him to be like the next Freddie Mercury in British culture. Like, he's got these amazing pipes, and they just go so well with Darkness's amazing guitar riffs, and just so good, so good. And it stands out whenever you're watching like a Christmas song like countdown on a music channel. This pops on, it's like, whoa, what is this? We've just seen all these people in sweaters going, no, and then you've got like, don't let the bells end, and strikes. It's really good. Kapuga, holy cow, that one's awesome. So glad you know that one. Soda, another Christmas song I've heard. Brilliant. Kapuga, it almost sounds like hard rock or heavy metal. It does. It goes really hard. For a Christmas song, it goes really hard. And again, Justin's voice complements it so well. And like the music video is adorable. It's absolutely adorable. It's just the band spending Christmas together and playing with toys, and it's just so cute. And like, really gets you into the spirit of things. And that's the thing, because like Darkness was a band that was like really good at finding that right balance of like kick-ass and badass, but also wholesome and happy at the same time. I don't know how they did it, but like they had that image of like, oh, we're really goofy, but we're also freaking amazing on a guitar and drums and a bass, and listen to Justin. So like it's crazy. So it's heavy metal Christmas. It is. Like, I could possibly pick out other Christmas metal songs that could contend for this, but like Christmas Time just stands out the most. Leo, now this one is surprising. I'll admit the Darkness never clicked with me. I think it's because the lead singer's voice is so high, but I'm sure I'll warm up to it as on a refresher. I do love the music video though. It's so damn wholesome and cute. I think all of Darkness's music videos are just so good, and so they really get in a happy mood, because like they're just so silly. So unapologetic silly, but they're also earning that silliness by like showing their talent at the same time, because like they're not embarrassing themselves while they're being goofy. They're like, they'll have like the most ridiculous setup for a music video, like fighting aliens or something, but like they're fighting with awesome music. It's great. I love the Dogs. It's kind of a shame that they came to an end, but what they left behind was like some really great classic songs. Leo, okay, refresh myself. I can see the Freddie Mercury comparison now. They gave me a Queen with NSP vibe. Yeah, I think they're the closest that British music has ever gotten to recapturing the feel and sound of Queen. Kapuga, I don't even know this band, but now I want more. Yeah, go listen to it. Go listen to The Darkness. They're great. They're so good. They are a product of British 2000s culture, but like in a great way, in a great fun way. But yeah, has anyone else heard this song? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? It's just so good. It's so good. So damn good. It's got that replayability as well. Like, I could never get sick of him. I can never get sick. Every time it comes on TV or on the radio, I'm like, yes, it's on! Christmas time! I mainly love it. I mainly love the song because you can really feel how much Justin loves Christmas in it, and how much he really desperately doesn't want it to end. There is some sincerity to the song. There's some passion to the song. Leo, I want to be in that living room set for Christmas. It's such a great set. It's a really lovely set, and like it just seems so cozy. I feel like this is back to back with our music videos that feel cozy. But yeah, I encourage people to check this song out. Really do. It's a British classic, and like even though it came from a band that didn't last very long, it still has stuck with Christmas culture in my country. It really has. Like every time it comes on, it's like yeah. I feel like most people haven't probably heard this song, so we might as well move on to the next one. Can we go? Rock and roll deserves to die. Wow, this band was not joking around. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's crazy how they were both had this punk attitude, but they're also really silly. It's great. It's great. Okay, let's move on to my number 3. My number 3 might be another one that could be considered obscure to those outside the UK, but like it's so good. It's so damn good, and I really hope it has been exported outside the country because it is just such a great song. It's "Stop the Cavalry" by Jonah Louie. This was originally written as a war protest song, but Jonah's like record label said, you know what? Well, let's try a name for it for Christmas, or we'll make it Christmassy. So it had like another layer added to it, and I feel like when you make it more Christmassy, it adds this extra special something, and I don't mean in a novelty sense. Because the song is very much about wanting the war to end in time for Christmas and just going home. And like, I think what works about it is Jonah Louie's lyrics and vocals. He sounds really like fed up and like, I just want to go home. There is an irony to it, and it's aware of its irony. And like it has these great hooks of like the bum ba da bum ba da bum ba da bum, but then also the amazing trumpets thrown in as well. And so you can appreciate it as a war protest song, but it also, strangely enough, has like a Christmassy kind of sound to it. It's one of the more mature and complex kind of Christmas songs out there. It's really damn good. Yeah, Leo says, "Oh, this one is good." It's so good. It's hard to explain what makes it so good though. Because it's such an unlikely kind of Christmas song. It's such an unusual Christmas song. And like, what's really amazing is that when you re-listen to it, when you listen to the lyrics again, you realize how biting Jonah's words were supposed to be. Like, it's not a Christmas song first, it's a war protest song first. And there are other war protest Christmas songs out there, like War Is Over and stuff like that. But I feel like this one sticks out the most, because this sounds like the one that is the most honest about like how awful war is and how it should end, especially during Christmas. Leo, the fact the music video is depicting the Christmas truce of WW1 is just another level. Yes, it's a bit like Pipes of Peace by Paul McCartney, but like I do like Pipes of Peace, but like it doesn't hit me as well as Stop the Cavalry does. Because yes, it's such a low-key and atmospheric song. Evan, maybe it's just me, but even though this is meant to protest war, this kind of makes me feel upbeat. To be honest, yeah, like it has both feelings at the same time. And I feel like you can only really appreciate the anti-war message when you listen to the lyrics, but the atmosphere is very Christmassy. Missed one. Hugo, it is sadly since I still want to hear you talk, I can't put it too loud and can't understand the lyrics very well. How old is that song? What were they protesting? I think it was from the 80s. I think it was an 80s song. I can't fully remember, and I don't know which war he was kind of going for. I think it was just about war in general, but he does mention the Tsar. That's as much as I can really say. Listy, I hated it when I was a kid because I was the Droney Talkie song. It was the Droney Talkie. It technically is. But yeah, once you're old and you can actually get it, it's a good song. It was my personal fed-up anthem for when I was stuck at work over the holiday. I think that's what's so great about the song, is that, like, a Christmas song could be anything. It could be any mood whatsoever. And it could be about anything. And I feel like you need to balance out kind of like the cheery, sugary, bubblegum pop kind of Christmas songs to celebrate how great Christmas is, and have some other kinds of songs, because sometimes you're not in the mood for Christmas, and sometimes you're more distracted with like world problems and stuff, and I feel like this is a song that fits that goes with that. Leo, you hear it at first, you think it's an on-the-road Christmas song. The best is really up-tempo. And at second glance, it shocks you. It is shocking. You listen to the lyrics, and like he's not holding back on those lyrics. He's really not holding back. It's terrible what I have to even wonder. There was always a war somewhere, and that sucks. Yeah, Leo, I'm willing to bet there are still so many that don't know it's a war protest song, which is crazy because it's called "Stop the Cavalry." Guy, 80s, and since they're a British band, I assume they are protesting the Falklands War. Most likely. Again, I've not really looked into which war. All I knew is that Jonah said it's an anti-war song. Listy, and it's a brass band song. More of those, please. Sleigh bells and cute, but sleigh bells are cute, but getting boring now. Yeah, I love brass bands. I love. What was funny though is that I remember going to my brother's graduation, and I had to sit next to my nana, my mum's mum, and like. She is like the archetypal, well, she was like the archetypal grumpy old British lady, and she moaned about everything, and like I remember when they brought on, like, they had a brass band before the graduation ceremony, and like my nana's like, playing brass band, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, Nana, calm down, it's your grandson's graduation, it's just a brass band. Leo, apparently the first inspiration for the song came from the Crimean War and the Charge of the Light Bridge. Interesting. Computer Guy just checked, and nope, the song is from 1980. Falklands War started in 82. I think we got two answers there at the same time. Stop the Cavalry. Really good song. Everyone go check out Stop the Cavalry. Evan, I found the answer. It turns out it isn't protesting a specific war at all. It's just a tribute to the despair of all war and towards John Lennon's demise. Okay, so I think we've talked about war for long enough. Let's move on to my number two. So my number two is an iconic classic that I know for sure has been exported outside of the UK, because while it's done by UK artists, it's also a very American song. It is Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues, featuring Kirsty MacColl. And like, what more can I really say about this song? It's so iconic, and it's such a big part of Christmas and Christmas radio. And like, I really love the contrast between Shane MacGowan's like voice and Kirsty's voice, because Shane's voice sounds really it sounds like a punk singer who's been beaten down by life, but it's contrasting so well with Kirsty, who sounds competent, who sounds pulled together, and like it fits their characters and how they come across from each other. And like, I love how the song makes you both feel reflective of life and reflective of where life can go, but also kind of cheery with like a nice Irish jig to it at the same time. It's crazy. Soda. Yep. Now this is one song that I've heard the most on the radio. Computer Guy, wow, that's a sad one. Even the music video is depressing. Cursed, I was surprised when watching the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas and this song played at the beginning. I've not seen Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special yet, and I really want to soon. If this song's on it, that's great. That's fantastic. But yeah, it's a great song because it is very much about life reflection and relationship reflection, and like the song in general has this amazing atmosphere, this amazing kind of like grimy atmosphere to it, but it's complemented by the Christmassiness of it, and you feel like you're celebrating Christmas at like some of the grimiest parts of New York, and like what that's like, and how Christmas isn't great for everyone, and that kind of thing. Haven't either. Not giving Disney any money when I don't need to. Soda, I love the song, but it's got such an Irish beat. It's a very Irish song. Yes. Well, it's done by Irish artists, the Pogues, and the Pogues are like renowned for very. They combine punk with folk. So I feel like that definitely comes through in this song. And what's interesting is that this song came about because their producer, Elvis Costello, basically said, like, bet you can't do a Christmas song. It just went from there. I haven't never heard this song before, but from a quick glimpse, it sounds really good. The song getting a bit more lighthearted now. Kind of lighthearted. You took my dreams from me. Oh, there's so many great lyrics in this. Leo, I had no idea Costello produced this one. He didn't. He inspired it, but he didn't. He was a producer for the Pogues when they got inspired to make it. But then what happened was that Elvis left the band because, well, it's Shane MacGowan. Shane MacGowan's always being a tit. So he was just like, I'm sick of this. I'm leaving. And then they finished the song after Elvis had stopped being their producer. Leo, I feel like this one is one of those songs that can never be covered successfully because no other voice could carry the song or the mood of the song. Yes, absolutely. It's very much, what is the word? There is a word for it without being insulting, but like it's one of those songs where it's like you can only make it once. You could only honestly make it once. It was very much a song that took inspiration for so many different things, and it's very personal to the band. And like I've heard covers, and it's like, no, you don't have that grittiness that like Shane does, or that earnestness that Kirsty does that you need to put together. It's lightning in a bottle. That's it. It is lightning in a bottle. It's very lightning in the bottle. I don't think there's ever going to be a song like it again as well. It's really not. Because imagine trying to do this again, trying to get like a punk singer to do a duet with like a beautiful Irish singer and be like, okay, can you sing together? Can we make it a good song out of this? And like somehow they did make a good song out of this. Because you gotta remember that like Shane MacGowan had been like basically destroyed by alcohol and drugs and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like if you're gonna do the song again, you need someone completely destroyed. Evan, doing a punk version of the song would be offensive to the original. Well, not really, because the Pogues are a punk band. Blah, blah, blah. So it's such a bitter song. It does have this bitterness to it, but also this cheeriness. Yeah, there's layers to it. It is indeed unlike anything I've heard before. I mean, yeah, and it sticks out when you're hearing like Christmas songs on the radio, because like it's like nothing else compares to him. Listy, I would pay good money to see Kermit and Miss Piggy do it. Kermit to Shane MacGowan. Are you saying that we need to put Kermit on drugs so he sounds rough enough to sound like Shane? Thank you, Miss Piggy. Okay. So yeah, that's definitely my number 2. Absolute 100% number 2. Even when I started doing the top 5, I was like, yeah, this has to be my number 2. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now we've talked about who should cover it. I think it's time we revealed my number 1 pick. And it might be unlikely to a lot of people. I think the only person that might get this one, because I feel like I have told them before, is Leo. But Leo has a goldfish memory, so I don't know if Leo remembers me like sharing this fact with her. Because this is a very, very obscure song. And like I hardly anyone has ever actually probably heard of it whenever I've discussed it, and not many people ever know that it's a Christmas song, technically. But I'm going to give you a chance anyway to guess. It is tradition to let you have an opportunity to guess what it could be. What do you think my number one might be? And I'm really happy I get to introduce this one, because I feel like it deserves way more attention. It really does. Okay, so a lot of people don't really know. Kind of. Well, my number one was Listy's guess. It's A Spaceman Came Traveling by Krista Berg. So good. Such a great song. So, to better explain this song, on the surface it doesn't seem like a Christmas song. It does not seem like a Christmas song whatsoever. But you have to pay attention to the lyrics to work out that it is technically a Christmas song. And it's a weird one. It's a weird one, but you know, although I like my weird, I like my unusual. And so this song, bear with me, it's about an alien visiting the nativity. And it's beautiful. Like, that probably sounds like the silliest and goofiest thing ever. But, like, it's it's honestly one of the most ethereal, breathtaking songs you'll ever hear. It's so I don't know how to sell people on this song without you actually hearing it, because like it's just this spellbinding song that makes you feel like it feels very spacey, but also feels like it feels very spiritual at the same time. It's crazy. It's crazy how good it is. Leo says, yes, this and Fairy Tale are my two absolute favourites. Leo, I remember hearing it on the radio on Christmas Day, and everything about it just utterly blew me away. It definitely blows you away. Especially if you're listening to it on like a Christmas songs collection, and it just pops up and you're like, whoa, what is this? I already like the introduction. Listy, imagine a Christmas version of Space Oddity. Now go and enjoy. Perfect description. Honestly, it is very Bowie-esque, and it's like a space opera kind of song, and it all is. And I also love that there's a wholesomeness to it. Because like when you think like, oh, alien invasion, you think like destruction, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, it's this alien that's landed just about when the nativity is happening, and he's telling Mary and Joseph and the shepherds and the wise men, don't be scared. I'm here to give a message of peace to you. And what I love is that his message is something so abstract. It's just Krista Berg singing a noise. It's just this noise, and it's a beautiful, beautiful noise he's making. It's hard. Again, it's really hard to explain this song to people. It's so hard. It's so difficult to like narrow down what makes it so great. You just have to listen to it. It's one of the longer Christmas songs out there, but like, you'll enjoy the whole thing. It also reminds me of like My Morning Jacket. It has that kind of feel to it as well. And like, yeah, it's just a feeling. It's just this feeling. And like, I feel like out of every Christmas song, it's the one that makes me feel something the most, more than any other Christmas song. I feel like most Christmas songs, it just gets me in the Christmassy kind of mood. I'm like, yay, woohoo. But this one makes me feel like it's Christmas, but also makes me think, makes me feel deep feelings. It's so good. Leo, you know all those memes where people say Phil Collins didn't have to go that hard for the songs in Tarzan, but he did? This is it. Chris did not have to go that hard for a Christmas song, but dear God, he went hard. Yes! Computer Guy, it's pretty beautiful. Yeah, he didn't need to go that hard on a song about an alien saying hello to Christ, but he did. And like the way the lyrics describe the nativity, and the way that it paints a picture of this meeting is just like... You have it in your head. You have the way that he's illustrating it is just so vivid. It's there. You feel like you're there as well. Listen, yeah, it's like MMJ. You don't expect something so strangely pretty about aliens and baby Jesus. Yeah, it's like how do I explain to people that a song about ET like Crash Nativity is a Christmas classic. But it is. Here we go. I like Krista Berg's voice a lot. It is a beautiful sounding voice. Leo, the song is like a trip in a way. You feel elevated into space. But yeah, it is a trip. It's an experience. I know it sounds pretentious to say, but it is an experience. You sit down, close your eyes, just listen to it, and you're like, whoa. It's a drug almost. A drug that has pictures of aliens and Jesus on them. But yeah, go check this song out. 100% just go give it a shot and pass it over to, share it to people at Christmas and say like, this song exists. It's an underrated Christmas song. You gotta go listen to it. So freaking good. Leo, also this may be my nerd showing, but the song also gives me Doctor Who vibes. Yes, no, I get that. Because the combined characters is very much of the Doctor, because he pretty much healing Jesus. Here we go, it's vibing. I'm vibing to it so hard, and yes, it's almost psychedelic. Evan, what will that drug cause harm? No, not this song. This song will just make you feel like, it feels heavenly. It does. That's what's so great, isn't it? Because like it sounds extraterrestrial, but also heavenly, and like it's these two worlds meeting, but they meet so peacefully and so beautifully together. It's almost like an alien should have met Jesus, because this is the kind of sound you could end up with. And it's almost like you're hearing an alien being inspired by baby Jesus in that very moment. I mean, like, this is a beautiful image. I want to sing a song of peace to you. Like it's just the story's great in general, because it's this alien that's traveled light years away just to show his respect to Christ's birth. It's crazy. Leo, it's hard to describe. It's heavenly, but not in a religious way, if that makes sense. Yes, I get it. Yeah. No, I'm gonna tell you after the stream, Leo. I'm not singing it right now. But computer guy, 1976. If anyone's wondering, just looked up while listening to it and listening to Jambareeqi multitasking, baby. Leo, it's heavenly in a sort of out of body way, filled with lights of space and stars. Listy, ethereal. It is ethereal. It's a very ethereal song. And like, I really hope this stream, in some way, even though only like 10 people are watching, I hope this stream inspires people to kind of like give it a chance and also pass it on to friends and family. Make it a more well-known song. Okay, I think that's enough. I'll be here all day if I talked about this song. I could dissect it in every single part, because like I listen to it every year. Sometimes I listen to it even when it's not Christmas. It just sounds that great. Okay, so to end this stream, I'd like to give you all an opportunity to share your favourite Christmas song and why. Just one, your number one favourite Christmas song, and why it's your favourite one. The tables are turned. Now it's you're in a position where you have to decide. It's not so easy, is it? No, to be fair, Spaceman Came Travelling was the easiest one to pick for me. All the others were really tricky to put in there and put in order and stuff, but Spaceman Came Travelling, I knew as soon as this topic won for this stream, I was like, right, Spaceman Came Travelling, number one. No doubt. That's my number one. I don't have to worry about anything else. Because it's just such a great song. What's great too is that I found it on a Christmas Songs collection CD that my parents had. And it really stuck out. It really totally stuck out. Lateful, one of my favourite Christmas songs is Star of Wonder by Tori Amos. She is one of my favourite singers, and there is just something really magical about this one. It's so beautiful. Star of Wonder. I'm locking that in my memory bank. I guess mine's probably Believe by Josh Groban. It's played at the end of Polar Express. Listy, mine's the same, but I also want to shout out to Bo Selected Christmas Song. It's so stupid that I love it. It's such a guilty pleasure for millennial Brits, because like it's so awful, but like also so damn catchy, and that's something I'll never be able to explain to people outside the UK, like what Bo Selected Christmas is. It would take me forever to explain, and I've shown Bo Selected Christmas to friends, and they're like, "What the hell is this?" I'd find it easier introducing them to Cheeky Christmas. Soda, I think the parody song "The Night Santa Went Crazy" is in there. Can't think of my favourite comedy Christmas song. Don't really know. Oh, Listy. Oh, I forgot. I'm an 80s child. Give it up for 1 Billion Merry Christmas. Listy, you're once again proving that we're technically the same generation, because Wombling Christmas, that was a classic. That was a classic. Wombling Merry Christmas, like, any of the Wombling songs were, like, way better than they had any right to be. Leo, aside from Fairy Tale and Spaceman, my favourite is Merry Christmas, Kiss My Ass by Merry Christmas by All the Time Low. It sounds comical, but since this isn't usually a cheerful time of year, hearing the vocals belt out the cathartic emotions, just letting out those frustrations, it's meant to be about a breakup, but I just feel the whole thing. The tune is great, the vocals are great, and it just fits my Christmas these days. Again, it goes back to my point that, like, it's okay if a Christmas song is bleak or it's angry or stuff like that. There's only so many times you can go like, yay, Christmas! And I say that as a Christmas nuthead. There are people that are going to feel different things at Christmas, and I think everyone should have, like, a choice of which kind of Christmas song they want to listen to. Soda, songs I hate. I'm going to spend my Christmas with a Dalek. It's so bad and annoying. Has anyone heard... There's a Star Wars Christmas album. Check that out. It exists. It's real. It's a Star Wars Christmas album that was made during the disco era. Yeah. It's Disco Christmas that was based on Star Wars lore. It's real. I'm not making it up. I'm not trolling it. It's a real album, and it kind of slaps. Listy, Owen Cartman singing "Oh Halo Night." There's quite a lot of, like, carol covers on that South Park episode that I do really like, actually. Like the one with Mr. Mackey. I forgot which song he did. It was like oh, Carol of the Bells. I think it was Carol of the Bells. Soda. Wait, what? No, it's real. Computer. No, Star Wars and Christmas should never be in the same sentence. But yeah, Star Wars Disco does exist. It does, yeah. Evan, oh no, not the Star Wars Christmas album. Does it have anything to do with the unpleasant Star Wars Christmas special? It's nothing, completely different things. Leo, my favourite lyrics being, I gave you my all, but our love hit a wall. Now I'm jingle belling and everyone's yelling. We'll drink till the bars shut us down. Ain't that just what Christmas is all about? So, Sora, I used to really hate Christmas music, but the Pentatonics album changed that up real fast. Also, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch is my jam too. It is a good song, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. It's damn good. Phil Ravenscroft has got, like, that amazing booming voice. And, like, the lyrics are just so detailed. So it says, also a little unknown number called My Name is Blitzen. Ooh, I'll have to look that up. I can't think of any of, like, obscure Christmas songs I recommend to people. Dunno. To be honest, I mainly listen to, like, K-pop Christmas songs this month, which are actually pretty damn good. There's a lot of really nice sounding songs. Listing, we're walking in the air. Leo, Oh Carol of the Bells by Birds and Bees. It's both whimsical and creepy. It's a good gothic Christmas anthem. Walking in the Air is a classic. Especially the music video. Poor kid though, he got bullied at school, he did. Got bullied. All the kids were, like, taking the piss out of him, quoting the song, bless him. But yeah, does anyone have any other favourite Christmas song they want to share before I head off? Damn it, now I've got that song stuck in my head. Out of every song people have shared in the stream, why does it have to be the song from the Snowman that's stuck in my head now? So, oh god, we're walking in the air. Leo, like that often-mentioned version of Carol of the Bells gives me Terry Pratchett's Hogfather vibes for one reason. Yeah, I get you. For me, I first did Carol of the Bells in an American Dad episode, and, like, it really hit me, because, like, that episode was, like, about the Smiths taking on Santa. And, like, Santa comes down in his sleigh with, like, an army, and it's like the Carol of the Bells is playing. It's like, oh, this is epic. So I always think that American Dad episode with that song. Here we go. Yes, I love Walking in the Air, but it's not really a Christmas song, is it? Technically, it is. It's the theme to Snowman. I think at Christmas. Computer Guy, Carol of the Bells was also in Home Alone, wasn't it? It was, yeah, it was. I forget that. Yes, I like that one as well. Let's see, driving home for Christmas is fun too. Do not drive when it's on though. It makes me want to swerve to the river. That's the thing. I do like that song. I wouldn't put it on my top 5, but it is just a nice song to hear in the supermarket or on the radio. It's just kind of like, oh yeah. I wouldn't like rant and rave about it, but like Driving Home for Christmas is just a nice little country Christmas song about driving home for Christmas. It's just alright. It's alright. Leo, somewhere in my memory, the Christmas theme from Home Alone. Soda, Nocturnal. I hated the snowman as a kid, but now they're grown up to it. Changed my opinion. Right. I think it's time for me to head off. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed my choices as well. Hope they were interesting. I tried to keep them interesting, and like it's been really fun, kind of like sharing Christmas songs that are part of my culture and part of my childhood. And these are songs that I listened to as a kid, but I still love them to this day, and they remind me of Christmas, mainly because to me they take me back to being a kid at Christmas. But yeah, hope you're happy, hope you smile, hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening, good century, or whatever era it is for you, and cheery